Our two car guys, Gavin and Ciro from OverdriveTV.co.za are in the house. And this morning, they bring us some news about the Range Rover that has no name. Good morning, Gavin, Ciro. How are you guys doing?
Yes, morning, good. Very well.
Yeah, you're spot on there.
My spot's on there. All right. But before we get in there, you guys have some other news.
Yes, absolutely. Two cars that are about to be launched. One's about to be launched and one that has just been launched.
Exactly. Let's start off with the one that's coming soon. It's the new Mini Coupe. Okay. Now, BMW own Mini. They've been very clever about it, and they've turned what was a 60s icon into a real cash cow. Yeah. They've made over 1 million of them up to date, and they were never going to stop there. So now this is a new Mini derivative. It's called the Coupe, and now the majority of Minis are bought by women, but I think this is the sort of Mini that your mom doesn't want you to bring home.
Yeah, exactly.
If it was a car, I think it would wear a vest and a trucker's cap.
No, exactly.
Looks a bit unruly. But the thing about Minis is they are brilliant to drive, but no one buys them for that. And I think Gavin is probably the only person outside of the company who's driven this far, or as far as that in a Mini.
I drove up to their 50th anniversary up in Clarence in the Free State from Cape Town, and it was that was a huge amount of kilometres. That was in the Mini Cabrio, and I was so impressed with it. They're just such great little cars. Great little performance cars. I mean, we went on a launch once where they actually built a go-kart track for them, so to launch the car. They're absolute fun. Their handling's magnificent. Really looking forward to the coupe.
But the only thing Gav came back with from that trip was 8 speeding fines and a very, very tanned forehead.
Nice. Good old memories. Good memories. Let's move on quickly.
Of course. All right. So the Range Rover Evoque has just come out. Now this is the smallest Range Rover you can get. It's coming with some small engines, but you won't believe who they got to design the interior.
Victoria Beckham. Posh Spice herself. Nice. Yeah. Now, just because you occasionally design a dress or a perfume, I don't think that qualifies you to do an interior of a car. I mean, that's honestly like me claiming I should be on the Manchester United coaching staff because I play five-a-side down here in Sea Point on Tuesday. I don't know. I just don't think Posh Spice should have anything to do with a beautiful old mark like Range Rover.
So it's a fashion-conscious Range Rover. I think it looks fantastic. But you're looking at about 500k for these cars. So if you want into the Range Rover brand, you've got to spend.
If you want a very expensive accessory, this is a coffee.
Now let's get down to the order of the day. Yes. What I said, the Range Rover that has no name.
Yes,
what exactly that.
Well, it's Range Rover. It technically is a Land Rover Range Rover. And it's a famous mark. I mean, the original Range Rover was actually one of the first cars to, well, it was the first car to ever be put in the Louvre Museum, the Louvre Art Gallery in Paris, because it was they saw it as a modern sort of design classic. So the new one had a lot to live up to, and it's completely got there. I think just iconically, it's a great looking vehicle. And now for me, this car, it straddles the old world charm of England, like of a country estate, and somehow manages to also be in every Premier League club's parking lot. So it's got to kind of have that old world money and the new world bling. So I think that's why I found the car a bit polarizing at first when I first drove it. In fact, I've never had as big an about turn on a car as this in my life. When I first drove it, I was like, you know what, I'm paying over $1 million for this. Over $1 million rand, and it looks like the dashboard was put together by pieces that were shoplifted out of Ford's park bin. It's just there's just everywhere. I mean, look, I know it's a Land Rover Range Rover technically, but everywhere there's Land Rover branding on the front grille, and the only place it says Range Rover is on the back. Now, I understand why.
I mean, I think if I spend $1 million rand on a Range Rover, I do not want to see the word Land Rover.
Otherwise, I would have saved half my money and bought a Land Rover. But anyway, so then as I started driving on the road, something started growing on me, and then on the road, it's just got this beautiful, massive presence and grace about it. And then the sat-nav, I actually drove it up the West Coast. The sat-nav put me on 100 kilometres of gravel road. And then I started to fall in love with the car, honestly. Then suddenly the interior started becoming, kind of quirky. I was like, oh, I like that. It's more rugged than a normal SUV, and everything just started to make sense. And truly, this is the best four-wheel drive system. Honestly, they've kept it very old school. It's nothing that's massively new technology, but it's a wonderful, wonderful car. It really is great.
Nice. You've got to see the interior of this thing. You know, in a normal car, you sit down, you've got two dials in front of you. Not so in the Range Rover. You've just got this massive screen, and then basically whatever you happen to be doing at the time, then you might get dials, and they'll look so realistic. They'll look incredible. But then when it shuts down, it's got this weird picture of the Serengeti.
Yeah, it's very odd.
Did you find that the camera didn't work?
Yes, the camera didn't work during the day. And again, I do feel sorry for the British motor industry because they are running on less than a shoestring budget. So they have to actually compete with the German marques like Merc and BMW at this level of the high-end SUV with no money. And so there's meant to be a camera on when you reverse the car, but it said the camera wasn't working during the day. So someone in the factory probably thought, well, camera's not working during the day, so we'll just put a graphic up there that has a line going through it saying the camera doesn't work in the day.
Okay, well,
exactly. It was just, it's got quirky little things like that that don't work properly, but as an overall driving experience and as an off-road vehicle with a luxurious off-road vehicle, it is absolutely untouchable. It feels like you're on gravel. It feels like you're in a hovercraft. Yeah, absolutely.
Gavin, Ciro, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it this morning with you guys.
Thank you
very much.
So, I'm a fan of big cars. If you like big cars, especially this Range Rover that they've been talking about, let us know on Facebook and what you think.